So there's two brand new Nintendo Switch stories we need to talk about today, starting with 6 different remasters that have leaked online. Apparently, they are set to be headed to the Nintendo Switch, and we have to go over all those details. Then the big talking point for today's video has to do with Sonic doing the impossible with Sonic Frontiers and its launch. I'm sure the Switch helping a large portion of the units we will be talking about on this news story, and we have to go over exactly what this means for the future outlook of Sonic games and their formula going forward right now. What's up, Nation? If it's your first time on the channel, make sure you join Sunbro Nation by subscribing below. Hit the like button on this video if you enjoy it today, and make sure you turn on your bell notification icon so you're kept up to date with all the newest gaming news. Now, as mentioned, guys, we are discussing 2 different topics today, and we have to kick it off with the conversation around Final Fantasy Pixel remasters headed to the Nintendo Switch, because these games have officially been rated online, and the Switch is one of the supported platforms. And you may remember that these were originally revealed for mobile and PC, and fans of the Final Fantasy franchise were outraged because why are these not coming to any consoles? They are the perfect fit for consoles. They originally debuted on consoles. Why are they being left off of all of the consoles? And fortunately, it seems like this is a better late than never scenario, because you can spot the rating online from the ESRB website itself. So it's pretty concrete that these things are headed to Switch and also PS4. And to get on the same page with exactly what's been spotted here, let's first hop over to VGC and read through their detailed typed up article together. It looks like Final Fantasy 1 through 6 pixel remasters could be coming to Switch and PS4 soon. The 6 games are currently only available on PC and mobile, but have now been rated for console. The ESRB website, which previously only rated the 6 games for PC, has now added PS4 and Switch to the list of formats. This implies an announcement that the 6 games will be coming to PS4 and Switch may be imminent. The series celebrates its 35th anniversary on Sunday, December 18th, which could mark a suitable date for either an announcement or surprise release. The first 3 Final Fantasy Pixel remasters, individual titles covering Final Fantasy 1, 2, and 3, were released for PC and mobile in July 2021. These were subsequently followed by Pixel remasters for Final Fantasy 4, 5, and 6. So for me personally, this is actually a pretty exciting story, because the Switch is absolutely the platform you would want to pick up these classic titles for, hopefully all done in one cartridge, sold physically. In a best case scenario, this could easily be an eShop only title as well, but I'm certainly hopeful for game collectors out there that still like to pick up things physically that this will be a 1 cartridge collection that will have all 6 Final Fantasy remasters on the cartridge and the OLED screen in handheld play. Like, this is how you should be able to experience these games, have that portability factor and docked play available, and it makes all the sense in the world to make this decision to bring them to console. I'm surprised that they didn't announce it sooner, and to be fair, it's still not officially announced, but rather just leaked through this ratings board sighting. But I do think it is fairly safe to expect these to be around the corner from some kind of official reveal soon, and we will just have to wait and see on how Square goes about releasing these games. Are they individual purchases? Do you get a discount if you want to pick up all 6 at once? Do they stagger the release and use it as marketing hype for Final Fantasy 16 that's coming out on PlayStation 5 later in 2023? And will this just be a surprise eShop shadow drop that happens on December 18th when the series' 35th anniversary happens? Also, where's Xbox on this list? Has Sony made it some kind of exclusive thing that it can go to Nintendo? That's fine. They'll work with Nintendo similar to how Microsoft does, but this thing better not go to Xbox. Who knows? Maybe it's going to be one of those deals where Xbox's rating just hasn't been around the corner yet, but regardless, PlayStation fans and Switch fans should be excited that we won't have to wait too much longer to find out what's going on with these classic remasters next, and I will be excited to play through many of these games for the first time, as I did not play much of the early Final Fantasy games at all for me, so I'm pumped about this. I want to hear from you guys in the comments down below whether or not you think we will indeed see these things make it to market soon, and how you think they will go about releasing them. And bonus question, share with me if you are hopeful that we will get this all on 1 cartridge sold physically for the Switch like I am. So please share all your thoughts and feelings on this big game collection leak that has hit online in the comments down below. Now, the other story we're talking about today has to do with some very unprecedented and I would say near impossible success when it comes to a brand new mainline Sonic game hitting the market, known of course as Sonic Frontiers. We are still hot off the heels of this game's release, and this is the first open zone attempt at a Sonic game where you have giant landscapes to traverse and having a mix of classical platforming speed through the level, side zones to go experience if you like the more classical 3D style of Sonic play, but it really did do a lot for the series in the way that it evolved the combat. Sonic has a skill tree to upgrade the moves that he can do. It brought it into the modern era for Sonic games and series creator, and it's even been claimed that this will be the foundation for future Sonic games going forward for the next 10 years, and we did see it do not the highest review scores ever, but definitely high in comparison to other mainline 3D Sonic games, and it seems like a combination of all of the buzz online and people wondering how Sega would pull off this first open zone attempt at a Sonic game, maybe some of the Breath of the Wild-esque marketing around it in the trailers. However, Sega ended up handling this thing from start to finish. Something worked right because they got huge sales numbers, as we have to quickly read through the detailed article over on Nintendo Everything that reveals the following. Sonic Frontiers sales surpassed 2.5 million copies worldwide. Sonic Frontiers players can look forward to much more content in the future. Sega recently announced that throughout 2023, the game will be receiving a few free content updates. The first drop will include a jukebox, photo mode, and new challenge modes. The second one will have Sonic's birthday, open zone challenges, and new Coco. For the final free update, the title will offer new playable characters and a new story. Sonic Frontiers marks the first time that Sega has approached the series with an open zone concept. Takahashi Iizuka, the head of Sonic Team, previously said it is the next step for the next 10 years, meaning we should see additional games using this concept in the future. So there are definitely some mixed opinions with Sonic Frontiers online, and some of the jankiness that you'll experience in the gameplay where you just kind of die for no reason, you fall off rails and don't connect correctly, and there's definitely some wonkiness going on with this game. However, at the end of the day, it is objectively just a lot of fun, and I definitely think that maybe you can say that a $60 price point is just a little bit steep for what you get with Frontiers, but we have already seen the game be a part of massive sales and discounts over the Black Friday weekend, probably helping propel the sales even further, as it was sold for $29 at multiple retailers and $39 at others, and I'm sure a lot of people who were on the fence of picking it up decided to rush out and do it. But this is a fantastic start to this game, with us just being roughly about a month into its launch and it's already surpassing 2.5 million copies. I definitely think that's going to signal to Sega that they have something here with this open zone concept, and if they can just improve upon it and refine it and maybe even one day mold it into the true open world Sonic experience, then I think you can argue it may or may not need. I still think we can do Sonic 3D games differently than open world or open zone, and they'll still be great if done right, but regardless, it does sound like this is what we should expect from the future of the Sonic series going forward, and I don't think it'll be too much longer before we wrap up the updates on Frontiers and probably get some kind of confirmation on what Sega is going to be working on next, and I would expect more of this layout and progression in terms of the combat system, the story, and how these Sonic games will ultimately be in the modern 3D era. But I want to hear from you guys at this point in the video on both the different stories we talked about today. How are you feeling about the Final Fantasy 1 through 6 pixel remasters being rated for the Nintendo Switch, and do you have any interest in these games? And definitely share with me your overall thoughts and feelings on Sonic Frontiers' success so far and what you personally want to see from the future of the franchise going forward on Switch and other platforms. So regardless of your thoughts and feelings on everything we talked about today, I do look forward to hearing from you all in the comments down below before you leave the video, as I do look forward to getting a back and forth conversation started with you all around this topic. Go watch yesterday's video next if you haven't already, which is on screen right now. Also make sure you like, subscribe, turn on your notification bell, and I will see you guys in the next video.